The question we are asking today is if there is a case for rating downgrades for UK and other European economies and a case for an upgrade for India. But before that, let's take a step back and look at what are the parameters that rating agencies use for making that decision. They look at various metrics like GDP per person, debt servicing capabilities, policies, forex cover, etc., which can be largely bucketed into these main categories like social parameters and governance norms. Let's look at the Fitch Ratings, for instance. Currently, they have rated key European economies at a high grade of AA or AAA ratings, while for India, the ratings have been stuck at BBB minus for the last 16 years, despite all the economic progress and resilience that we have shown. However, a lot has changed over the last 3 to 6 months itself. Since the last time of the revision of UK ratings, the macroeconomics have worsened quite quickly for the European economies. The currency, that is the sterling pound, has hit a record low versus dollar and depreciated almost 13% in 3 months itself, while the net forex reserves have come down from $87 billion in March to $80 billion in August. The GDP forecast done by Fitch itself for 2023 has been revised downwards from 1.1% in June to a negative of 0.2% in September. Inflation too had spiked to a 40-year high level of 10% in the latest reading, as a result of which the Bank of England had raised the rates rapidly by 125 basis points. Even if you look at the public sector net debt excluding the public banks, that spiked to almost 97% of GDP, which is higher by 2 percentage points on a year-on-year basis. Now let's take a look at how Indian economy has done and how it has been a lot more resilient. Indian rupee has actually depreciated by just 4 to 5% in that time period, and yes, while the total forex reserves have slipped a tad bit, they're still very healthy at $560 billion. As a result of the RBI rate hikes, inflation has remained limited at 7% and it hasn't worsened in fact. And GDP forecast is still solid at 7% for FY23. It's no surprise then that India has managed to beat UK to become the 5th largest economy, as our GDP scaled past that of UK in the latest reading. Additionally, while debt to GDP has been an impediment for India's rating, UK too has gone past the level of 100% of debt to GDP due to the inflated spending, and it's expected to remain at elevated level given the recent budget announcements and the energy support bill. Even on the forex reserves, while India stands at the top 5 in terms of the forex reserves, UK is actually much lower. In fact, the forex cover for UK is just 1.5 months, which means they can support the imports for just 1.5 months, while for India, that's at 10 months. Having said that, on certain parameters like GDP per person, revenue to GDP, and even debt servicing to revenue, India is a bit away from what the median ratings expected. But given the rapidly changing macroeconomic, it's only fair to ask, is UK set for a derating and India set for a re-rating?